People don't understand when we are in power, the battles we got to fight that you will never know about. Never. Yeah.
Right. Well, your privacy has always been important to me, and I would never say something that you didn't say. But I know that if you look at me, then clearly the world will know that you've already had the forbidden.
What just went down with Sherri Shepherd has sent shockwaves through daytime television, and now Jaguar Wright is jumping in to back her up. Daytime fans were stunned when it was announced that Sherri's self-titled talk show, Sherri, is ending after 4 seasons, a decision executives say was driven by the evolving daytime TV landscape. But many are calling it a firing, and the public reaction has been intense. While producers insist the cancellation doesn't reflect on the strength of the show or Shepherd's talent, millions of viewers and loyal fans feel like their favorite host was pushed out unfairly. The show was part of mainstream TV since 2022, growing a passionate audience and even earning notable accolades, and now, without much warning, Sherri is ending its run amid industry shakeups. What makes this even more dramatic is how outspoken Jaguar Wright has been in support of Sherri. Wright, a bold voice known for calling out injustice in entertainment, didn't hold back, publicly defending Shepherd and slamming the industry for letting a beloved talk show go. Fans on social media are lighting up timelines with debates, emotional messages, and strong opinions, saying this isn't just a cancellation, it's a blow to daytime TV culture. So the big question remains, was Sherri Shepherd really fired? And why is Jaguar Wright making this moment about more than just a TV show? Today, we break down every clue, every reaction, and what this means for Sherri's future. Let's break down what really happened and why people are calling it Sherri Shepherd getting fired even though the official wording from executives avoided that word. At the start of 2026, news broke that Sherri, the nationally syndicated daytime talk show hosted by comedian and TV star Sherri Shepherd, was being canceled after 4 seasons. This wasn't a minor update buried in TV listings, it was a major flip-the-script moment for daytime television. Sherri debuted in September 2022 as a replacement for The Wendy Williams Show, stepping into a tough time slot after Williams left due to health issues. For 4 seasons, Sherri delivered exactly what fans expected, a blend of humor, honest conversations, celebrity interviews, and relatable moments. It even earned multiple awards, including NAACP Image Awards and Daytime Emmy nominations. So when the Lionsgate-backed production company Debmar Mercury announced the show was being pulled, many viewers were left confused and frustrated. The company published a statement saying the decision was driven by shifts in the daytime television landscape, not a lack of talent or creative momentum. They stressed that the move didn't reflect on Sherri Shepherd personally, and that they hoped to find the show a new home outside traditional daytime TV. But here's where it gets messy, because the phrase driven by the evolving daytime television landscape didn't sit right with a lot of fans and entertainment insiders. Critics took it as a corporate euphemism for canceled or fired, especially given how well the show had been performing and how beloved Shepherd had become. On Reddit threads and social platforms, fans reacted with disbelief, calling the decision shocking and too soon. Many argued that Sherri had earned its place alongside other long-running daytime shows. Some viewers even dug deeper, suggesting that behind the scenes, production support was weak, claiming the company never fully backed Shepherd the way she deserved, even while big celebrity guests and strong episodes kept rolling in. So let's break it down. What Sherri actually was, and why its ending feels like more than just a routine cancellation. First, the show's impact. Sherri Shepherd didn't just host a talk show. She created a space where real conversations happened, from pop culture to personal struggles, from laughs to heartfelt moments. The show earned awards and audience loyalty because Shepherd brought authenticity and heart to daytime TV. She wasn't just another host, she was a bridge between the warmth of daytime entertainment and the real-world experiences of everyday viewers. That's part of why many people saw the show's ending as more than just a TV programming decision. To them, it felt like a firing. And viewers weren't alone, industry insiders were also baffled. The decision to end the show came right as daytime talk programs in general were shifting, with streaming, podcasts, and social media formats taking over much of the audience that used to tune in live. But here's the twist. Sherri was still performing, still nominated for awards, and still finding creative momentum in its 4th season. So why end it? Behind the polished press releases and corporate wording was a deeper story about how daytime television is changing faster than ever, and how even successful shows, with hosts who connect deeply with audiences, can be swept aside in a shifting TV landscape. Now, let's talk about why fans are especially passionate about this cancellation. Sherri Shepherd's rise to daytime talk show host wasn't just about her career, it was also about her journey. Before Sherri, she was a longtime co-host on The View, where she built a reputation for honesty, humor, and candid discussions. The transition to her own show was a major leap, and many viewers felt she proved herself, bringing a fresh, relatable voice to national television. Because of that background, the ending of Sherri was seen by many as unfair. Social media blew up with fans sharing clips of her best moments, heartfelt episodes, emotional interviews, and times when she used her platform to uplift everyday stories. Even people who didn't watch every episode still felt connected to her personality and presence. The reaction wasn't just about losing a show, it was about losing a figure people felt comfortable watching every day. But let's be real, in entertainment, the word "canceled" can hit differently than merely ending. When a show ends naturally, audiences usually get advance notice with celebration. But this announcement came suddenly and without a clear next step for Shepherd's platform. That lack of closure made it feel like a firing. So while executives insisted they respected the show and its creative momentum, the public's perspective was mixed. Many believed Shepherd was pushed out, while others said it was just the harsh reality of a struggling daytime TV model. And that's where the internet really took over. Across forums, Reddit threads, and social feeds, people debated everything from ratings and production support to whether traditional talk shows are even relevant anymore. All of this added fuel to the narrative that something deeper was going on behind the scenes. But amidst all the criticism, there was also support. Fans rallied behind Sherri, sharing clips of her funniest segments, her most inspiring moments, and even urging networks to find a new home for her show or to give her a new platform altogether. To some, this wasn't just about daytime TV ending, it was about watching a beloved personality get sidelined in an industry that's more about numbers than emotional connection. And that brings us to the next part of the story, Jaguar Wright's reaction, because her vocal defense takes this from a TV cancellation into a broader cultural conversation. So now that we've established what happened with Sherri and why people feel it was more than just a cancellation, let's talk about the reaction, particularly from Jaguar Wright, and how this moment turned into something bigger than daytime television drama. Jaguar Wright didn't hold back. Known for being outspoken, bold, and unfiltered, she publicly threw her support behind Sherri Shepherd in a way that many fans said was long overdue. But why would Jaguar get involved? What does her reaction really mean, and why did it turn this story from a TV cancellation into a cultural conversation? Before we dive into that, let's set the stage a little. Jaguar Wright is a singer, songwriter, and outspoken personality in the entertainment world, someone who has never been shy about calling out systems, executives, or industry politics when she feels someone has been mistreated. Over the years, she's built a reputation for telling it like it is, even when it's uncomfortable. So when news broke that Sherri was ending a show that, by all metrics, still had life, resonance, and an audience, Jaguar's response was fierce and immediate. She took to social media channels to voice her support for Sherri Shepherd, but more importantly, her criticism of how networks and executives handle talent, especially Black women in media. Jaguar's posts didn't just say, "I'm sorry, Sherri," or "This is unfair." No, she challenged the narrative itself, questioning why a show with heart, awards, and real impact would be cut without a clear reason that made sense to everyday viewers. She hinted that the cancellation wasn't just about ratings decline or industry restructuring, but about a lack of support from the very system that profits from stars like Sherri Shepherd. Fans immediately amplified Jaguar's voice. Clips of her statements were reposted on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and suddenly, people started comparing Sherri's situation to other beloved shows that were also axed suddenly or quietly. The conversation quickly moved from, "Why was the show canceled?" to, "What does this say about how networks value Black female hosts?" That shift was powerful, because unlike other shows that quietly fade away, Sherri had a passionate, vocal audience, and when someone like Jaguar Wright speaks up, people listen. Her support turned this into a broader conversation about representation, equity, and the economics of daytime television. And social media didn't waste any time turning her comments into hashtags, trending posts, reaction videos, and meme compilations. Some praised Jaguar's courage. Others said she went too far or was interjecting where she didn't belong. But that's exactly the point. This moment stopped people from scrolling. It got attention not just from daytime TV viewers, but from people who follow celebrity news, entertainment politics, and cultural commentary. But let's put this in real context for a second. Sherri Shepherd is a beloved figure with decades of entertainment experience. She co-hosted The View, starred in sitcoms, movies, and has been a voice of relatability for years. Her audience wasn't some niche group. It was anyone who tuned into daytime TV for authenticity, humor, and relatability. So the cancellation sparked a two-layer reaction: emotional disappointment from fans who felt betrayed by the decision, cultural analysis from commentators who saw this as symptomatic of bigger issues in entertainment, particularly how networks handle Black women in major media spaces. And Jaguar Wright sat right at the intersection of both reactions. She articulated the frustration that millions of people didn't even know they had. Her words echoed across timelines. It's not just a TV show. It's about respect, opportunity, and who gets a fair shake in this industry. From there, the conversation evolved even more. Media outlets began tracking the story beyond the cancellation announcement. Entertainment news sites ran op-eds about the broader context of daytime television struggles. Critics compared Sherri's ratings to other shows that had been renewed. Analysts debated whether the landscape of talk shows was simply changing or intentionally sidelining certain voices. On Reddit and forums like r/television and r/Black Media, discussions grew heated. Posters asked questions like, why did Sherri get canceled with no clear reason? Was Sherri Shepherd given enough support from production and promotion? Does this happen more often to Black hosts than others? People began dissecting networks' behavior, historically and in the present moment. Some pointed out that shows hosted by white male figures often get more extended runs even with lower ratings, while shows led by Black women struggle to find long-term support. And that's where Jaguar's criticism gained more traction. It dovetailed with a larger narrative about representation, fairness, and systemic industry bias. At the same time, fans began sharing their favorite moments from the show, memorable celebrity interviews, powerful discussions about social issues, and heartwarming personal stories Sherri Shepherd shared with the audience. These posts had a common tone: we feel like we lost something real. By now, the story had moved far beyond a single cancellation. It had become about representation and media support, or lack thereof, for diverse voices, how networks treat meaningful shows versus sensational or short-lived ones, the voice of the audience versus executive decisions, and in all of this, Jaguar Wright's support served as a catalyst. Without her bold statements, the cancellation might have just trended for a few hours, but instead, it sparked a broader cultural debate that extended to people who had never even watched Sherri. Look at the comment sections on viral clips, thousands of people weighing in, sharing opinions, tagging friends, and debating the implications. Some said Jaguar gave voice to a truth they were thinking all along. Others questioned why this had to be this dramatic. But nearly everyone agreed on one thing: Sherri Shepherd deserved better than a quiet exit. And it wasn't just social media users who were talking. Bloggers, podcasters, and commentators on YouTube started creating their own videos about the situation, breaking down Jaguar's statements, analyzing ratings and network decisions, and predicting what this means for the future of daytime TV. The narrative snowballed into something that extended well beyond a single cancellation. Now, none of this means Sherri is gone forever. Some fans even argued that this controversy might create more opportunities for Shepard, new show offers, streaming deals, or even a revival down the line because of the public pressure mounting behind her name. Critics and entertainment analysts pointed out that cancellations sometimes reignite interest, and when that happens, networks start paying attention because engaged audiences equals advertising dollars. And that's where Jaguar's reaction becomes even more powerful. Her support wasn't just about defending Shepard, it was about galvanizing people to understand that in the modern entertainment world, the audience's voice really does matter. Suddenly, stories began circulating about talk show hosts, diversity, ratings, network politics, and how serialized programming is evolving. Each clip, tweet, and reaction became another piece in the puzzle of a bigger conversation. It's about how one show's cancellation sparked a collective cultural debate about representation, fairness, and the power of the audience. Jaguar Wright's intervention served as the spark, and the flame turned into a broader discussion that both fans and critics continue to follow. And now, as the dust settles on the Sherri cancellation saga, the next question becomes, what will Sherri Shepard do next? Will she find a new platform? Will networks pay attention to the backlash? Did Jaguar Wright's vocal support actually change the narrative? Now, before we wrap up, I want to hear your thoughts on this whole situation. What do you think about Sherri Shepard being fired, and how Jaguar Wright stepped in to defend her? Was Jaguar's support the game changer that Sherri needed, or do you think this story will have long-term consequences for both of them? Drop your opinions in the comments. I read them all, and I love seeing your takes. Also, don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown. Every like helps more people see the story and join the conversation. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you never miss updates. Trust me, this saga is far from over, and we'll be bringing you every twist and turn as it happens. If you want, I can also do a deep dive into the behind-the-scenes drama, the fan reactions, and what this means for daytime TV moving forward. All you have to do is comment below with "I want more," and I'll make it happen. Lastly, share this video with your friends, your family, or anyone who loves entertainment news, because stories like this spark the biggest conversations online. Your voice matters, and your engagement helps shape these narratives. So, what's your take? Was Sherri Shepard treated fairly? Did Jaguar Wright do the right thing by speaking out? Comment below, like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep this conversation going.